so let's start. Can you let me know if I'm audible so I can start? Okay, thank you. So I had given this question for homework. I guess you have completed it. If not, kindly have a look. The logic might differ slightly in terms of the state naming. Okay. In my case, I have named the states like this: even zero, sorry, even A, even B, then even A, odd B, and then odd A, even B, and finally odd A, odd B. Okay, you might have the naming slightly different than what you can see over here. So depending upon that, your transitions will obviously differ. In my case, what I got is, you can check the uh, message section. Path has already written it. The same answer I have also got. So when I'm in QS, if I receive an A, initially I was not having any value in my table. Okay, initially I was having no values. So when I receive an A, the number of A's became uh, odd, right? Because I received my first value of A. So now it becomes odd A and even B. Why even B? Because I am having zero number of B's. Even zero is considered an even value over here. So that becomes an odd A and even B. Which is that state? The state is nothing but Q2, right? So I'll be writing Q2 over here. Similarly, if I encounter a B, again my state is blank. If I encounter a B, the number of B becomes odd and the number of A is again even only because I am not having any more A in this state. So it becomes even odd. So now, which is the state corresponding to it? It is Q1. Is it clear? Right? Same logic will apply over here also in Q0. In the next questions, I will show you that you won't even require the state QS from now on. Okay. One question after this we'll do, and after that, the remaining questions, you won't require QS state. I will show you how. Okay. Next up, in this state, Q1, I'm already having a combination that is EO, that is even number of A and odd number of B's. So in this case, if I receive one more A as an input, this changes to odd odd, right? And odd odd is nothing but Q3. So I will write Q3 over here. Is it clear? Is the logic clear? Next up, you're having EO and you receive one input as B. So the number of B changes from odd to even. So now it becomes EE, which is that state Q0. Clear? Next up, over here, we are already having a combination of odd even. If I receive an A, the combination changes from odd even to even even. And that is a state which is called as Q0. Similarly, over here, we are having odd even, and if we encounter a B, it becomes odd odd. So the state is Q3. And finally, we are having this combination odd odd over here. We are receiving an input A, so the number of A changes from odd to even. It becomes even odd, which is that state. It is Q1. And finally, from odd odd, it becomes odd even. That state is Q2. So I guess if you're having the state ordering in the same fashion, you might get the same answer in terms of state transitions. If you're having any doubt so far, kindly let me know so that I can clarify that doubt. Obviously, your state orderings may differ, but you should have these five states only. Okay, not more than that, not lesser than that, because in this case we are considering QS as well. It has to be five states exactly. I guess few of you had doubts in this particular question, so that's why I have repeated it once again. If you are done, if you have understood how to solve it, then we can move ahead. Can you let me know in the chat box, or you can even unmute yourself. If it's clear, then kindly let me know, then I can move ahead. Okay, thank you, Abhirup. What about others? Kindly drop in a text so that I come to know whether you're alive or not, whether you're sleeping or not. Okay. Okay, clear. Thank you. Thank you so much. So let's move on towards the next set of questions. We are having 4 to 5 questions. I am not sure whether we would be able to complete all, but I would obviously try to provide you the logic for these questions. Okay. So uh, kindly write down the next question. It is a combination of what we have done so far. So let me write it down. I haven't prepared it beforehand because I was just having a lecture before this. So I'm simply doing it live. Okay. So you have to construct a machine. You have to construct a finite state machine. If it consists the inputs. Okay. Let me write down the question first. You can take out your notebook and write down the questions. Okay. Let me draw the conditions. The first condition is it should contain at least three A's. Second condition is exactly three A's. This is a single question. Huh? This is not different. This is not a different question. In a single question, you have been asked these three sub questions. Okay, so write it down. I'm simply writing the question. Solve it along with me. Take some time, think about the logic, and then solve it. Because if you are able to do this, then the things will be really clear when we move ahead with the next set of problems. You have to design an FSM. I have not written it completely. It's understood because we are solving FSM only. You have to create a single table. You don't need multiple tables. Okay, you have to create a single table where you have to design a finite state machine over the alphabets A comma B, where the first sub question is it should accept exactly three A's, sorry, at least three A's. Second sub question is exactly three A's, and final one is at most or maximum three A's. Okay, so construct a table. Let me know how many states would be there, and after that you can start solving this particular question using a single table. Yeah, one table, three diagrams, correct. You have to draw one table only, but the diagrams may differ. May differ. Okay. Or in fact, you can add a single diagram. You can draw a single diagram. In fact, no need for three separate diagrams because if the table is one, the diagram also corresponds to that table only, right? So one table, one diagram will suffice. So construct that first table. At least start with the very first sub question that is exactly, sorry, at least three A's. पहले वो बना, then we can move ahead. Yeah, we are having six states, not five. Consider the QS state also. After this question, we are going to consider the problems which will not be having QS or start state. We are having six states over here: QS, Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. Try to complete it. Six states including QS, correct. How to solve it? Where should we begin? You want me to construct the table or you want some time to construct on your own? Because I guess now you should be able to construct the table on your own. I will just help you out. I will not construct it all together. It should hardly take 5 minutes, not more than that. Let me draw the structure of the table. That's it. And you only tell me what should come in those tables. Exactly three A's. Okay, this is the very first condition. Let me draw the inputs first. We are having six states. So the states are something like this: QS, that whole QS, Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. What you can do is QS is a state which is not having any value inside it. Q0 is a state which is having zero number of A's. So on the left hand side, you can write it like this. It is having zero A's. Q1 is a state which is having one A. Q2 is having two A's. Q3 is having three A's. What would be Q4? Kindly let me know what would be Q4. Ayush, you can even write it like that, but it's better you write it in terms of numbers, or otherwise it may look shabby. You have to write the answer in the final exam, right? So you can't write A. It may look some shabby, so you can go with this definition. Correct. Harmish, you're right. It's basically more than three A's. You can write it like this: 0A, 1A, 2A, 3A, or more than 3A. Correct. So now try to fill up the table. What will be the first value over here? Kindly let me know. You are having zero A's in QS. You got one A, so it should be Q. We're having one A, right? Which is a state corresponding to one A. It is Q1. So simply write Q1 over here. Next up, you are having no A's over here, right? If you are having no A's, it is simply Q0. Correct? Follow the same logic. Again, in Q0, you are having no A's. If you encounter an A, it becomes 1A. So again, it will be Q1, and by the same logic, it will be Q0. Clear? Next up, what will be the value present at this intersection of Q1 on A? You're already having one A, and you're receiving one more A, so the number of A's become 2. So now it should move on to Q2 state. Simple enough, right? So you can complete this table, fill up this table. It is nothing but like this. In Q2, you are having one more A, so it becomes 3 A's, that is Q3. Over here, we are simply increasing the value like this. And in Q3, you're having one more A, so it becomes 4 A's. 4 A's are nothing but more than 3 A's, so it will be Q4 state. And over here, it will be Q3. And if you have completed your previous questions in your previous lectures, you would come to know that this is nothing but a trap state, Q4. Whatever be the input, you are already having more than 3 A's, so it will remain in Q4 and Q4, right? This is not a dead state because this is not accepting state. It is considered to be a trap state. So now tell me, this is a table being constructed. Complete the diagram first. In your previous lectures, we have not focused on the diagram a lot. So let's complete the diagram because you need to complete an entire question. Okay. So QS, Q0, Q1, Q2, and Q4 is also there. I can draw it over here. Now you can't draw double circles over here because you are not sure which is the final state, right? Am I correct? Because you are having three sub questions. So all these sub questions will be having different final states. Mir, which column do you want? B column. Okay. Let me explain this. The B column. In the question, we are only considering the A values, right? So in this case, we are starting over here. We are not having any A over here, right? If you are having zero A's, it is simply Q0 state. Over here, let me explain this particular state. Okay, Q1. Q1 is having one A, so it is something like this. If the input is A, it becomes AA, but if the input is B, it becomes AB. So the number of A remains same. Correct? So if you are in state Q1, the number of state will remain 1 only. Similarly, if you are in state Q3, the number of A's will remain 3 only because we are taking input as B. So number of A remains same. Hence, uh, this is going to be the same value, whichever is the state we are talking about. Okay. So Tanvi is asking, sir, is Q4's final state? Tanvi, see what exactly is happening. We are having three sub questions. So depending upon each sub question, we may be having different final states. So that's why I'm focusing on this diagram because I can't show any final state over here. So you simply need to draw the transition diagram. Don't highlight the final states with double circles. Complete this diagram and then let me know if you are done with it. Then I will show you what are the final states. Okay. So first of all, follow the table and complete the diagram and then let me know if you're done with it. I will also draw it along with you. From QS on input A, we are going to Q1. Kindly draw it along with me, or if you are done it, then well and good. diagram is very simple. We are simply moving ahead. We are moving forward. In Q3, we are having this for B. You can see each and every state is having a self loop for B. It will be something like this. If you have drawn it linearly, then no issues. You can simply uh, draw the diagram whichever way you wish. I got the diagram like this. Okay. It's a really simple diagram as compared to other diagrams. You can draw it linearly. So we are done with the diagram, I guess, I suppose. So now tell me which are the final states for these sub questions. We are talking about at least 3A's. At least 3A's according to a table, which are those states which are corresponding to at least 3A's. This particular state Q3 because it is having 3A's and this particular state Q4. So at least 3A's we are talking. At least 3A's are present in Q3 and Q4 state only. So I can write Q3 and Q4 over here. Am I correct? Kindly let me know if I'm going wrong anywhere, or if you think that I'm going wrong, kindly let me know. So Q3 and Q4 are those states which are corresponding to at least 3A's. Similarly, exactly 3A's. Exactly 3A's we are only having in state Q3. So it will be Q3 state. Clear? And at most 3A's is nothing but, which are those states? Kindly let me know. At most is maximum 3A's. So it can have 0A's, okay? At most 3A's. So it will be only till this Q3 state. We have to exclude this Q4 state. So it will be QS, Q0, Q1, Q2, and Q3. All these 5 states will be the final states except Q4 state because it is having more than 3A's. So if you are having a lot of time left with you, what you can do is you can go for separate diagrams, but that is time consuming. But if you're having some time with you left with you, you can go with the diagram. All the 3 questions will be having 3 separate diagrams. But if you're running short of time, you can mention the final states over here along with each sub question and draw a common diagram. But don't mention the final states over here because all of these sub questions are having different final states. Okay, am I clear? But again, the advice is if you're having some time, go on with the separate diagrams. If you're running short of time, then you can use this technique. Simply mention the final states along with each sub question. That we do. Yeah, for the first question, Q4 is final state in first condition, so Q4 will be a trap state because it is final. For the other ones, it will be treated as a dead state. Not a dead state, but not a trap state. It will be a normal state only for the other conditions. But for the first condition, it will be treated as a trap state because it is final as well as the inputs are getting trapped. For the others, it will be treated just as a regular state. Yeah, if you are drawing 3 separate diagrams, then in that case, you have to make the final states as Q3 and Q4. So it will be highlighted with it will be highlighted with a double circle, the Q3 state and the Q4 state. For at most 3A's, you have to highlight each and every state as a double circled state except Q4 state because it is not final. You have to draw each and every state in each and every diagram. The only thing is, the only change will be in terms of the final states. Everything else will remain same. The diagram exactly will be same. Only you have to highlight it with the help of a double circle. That's it. The only difference lies over there. Nothing else. Okay. So shall we move ahead? From exam point of view, Praful, what you need to do is you have to obviously follow all these steps. I'm just doing it in a shorthand fashion. You have to go with each and every step. That is, step number 1 is the theory, which we have already seen. Step number 2 is the logic. In this case, the logic will be you have to write the inputs, outputs, and the number of states. That also we have done. Step number 3, this is your step number 3, the implementation table. Step number 4 is your diagram, and step number 5 is your example. Why is Q4 required for B and C? Jimit, what exactly happens is this is a complete question with 3 subsections. Okay, so whichever be the subsection, you have to draw the complete diagram for that particular question. You should not uh, highlight the Q4 as the final state, but you have to consider that also in the diagram. Okay, because this is not a separate question. This is a complete question with separate sections. For example, you might have seen switch case based programs, right? It is quite similar to that. You provide the inputs, and depending upon the switch case, you move into the subsections. It is quite similar to that. Okay, so I hope this is clear. In your exam, obviously, you have to write all the 5 steps. Each and every step carries 2 marks. I would say draw a single diagram to avoid confusion, Tanvi, because in the exam, if you go on with different diagrams, if the examiner is not well versed with all the diagrams, he or she may not give you full marks. So it's better you go with a single diagram, but mention it properly, which are the final states corresponding to each of these subsections. For example, at least 3As will be having 2 final states, Q3 and Q4, and so on. Okay, a single diagram would be better, I suppose. That is what I'm saying. If you're going for a single diagram, you should not highlight any final state in the diagram. You have to mention it along with the options, along with the question. Simply write it over there that Q3 and Q4 is correct. Q3 and Q4 will be a final state for the first question. Q3 will be final state for exactly 3As, and QS to Q3 will be the final state for the third question, that is exactly 3As. Yeah, in the solution you have to mention, not in the diagram, if you are going for a single diagram. Okay, because नहीं तो क्या होगा, सारे 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 आपके स्टेट्स डबल सर्कल हो जाएंगे, because each and every state is a final state to somehow to any of these sub questions, right? So you can't have all the states as final states over here. Clear? I hope this is clear. Confusion is clear. So let's move ahead with the next question, and I want you all to complete this question on your own. Question number 3. Here onwards, the methodology of solving the question may slightly differ. Is it audible now? Kindly let me know. Maybe because of some network issues. Okay, thank you. So let's solve this problem. You have to design a finite state machine which should accept all the strings. Yes, Pratik, the simulation step is same. The only difference is you have to mention the 3 subsections. Okay, let me show you. What you need to do is, simulation step is always going to remain same. You have to mention the condition over here. Condition number 1, that is at least 3As. So you have to solve 3 separate simulations based on each and every subsections. First will be at least 3As. Second will be exactly 3As, and so on. Okay, so you have to solve 3 separate examples based on 3 conditions. That will make the things clear. Okay, so now in the third question, you have to design a finite state machine which should accept all the strings. Now this is slightly different. We have not done similar question, which is starting with ABB. We have done problems based on ending with, but this is something which we have not done so far. So here your way of solving the problem may differ slightly. You have to design a finite state machine which will accept all the strings starting with ABB. Now you need to think how to solve it. Okay, I will give you the logic. The logic for this is nothing but the inputs are same over the alphabets A, B. Okay, over the alphabets A, B. The logic is like this. The first condition, if the input is starting with B, what we should do? If the input is starting with B, then what should be my reaction? Should I accept it or reject it? Yes, correct. We should reject it. So in this case, we need to have a dead state. The dead state will be only for rejecting. So in this case, we will reject. Similarly, if the input is starting with AA, because again AA is not required, so again I will reject it. On the similar ground, if I receive an input as ABA, again I will reject it because I need inputs starting with ABB. Finally, If I get a string starting with ABB, then only I will accept it and move on. Clear? So this is your logic. You have to start the question in such a way that all the strings which are starting with ABB only needs to be accepted. Otherwise, any other value should be rejected. Okay. Try to do it on your own. If you're comfortable, take maximum 5 states. ABB is the final state itself. Whenever you receive ABB, correct, it is the final as well as a trap state. Because once you receive ABB as the initial three values, after that, whatever is the input, it has to be in the same state itself. Very well said by Praful, it's a trap state. Correct? So try to draw it, try to construct it. In such a question, what I prefer is you have to change the sequence slightly. Instead of constructing the table and going for the diagram, I prefer constructing the diagram first and then move on with the table. If it is comfortable with you, whichever way is comfortable with you, you can use it. What I prefer for these questions, you don't require a start state over here. Is a start state required? Kindly let me know. A start state is not required because we are going to start with the first character itself. In the previous cases, what happened? We accepted certain characters and we checked whether it is ending with so and so value or not. But in this case, we have to apply our logic with the very first input itself. So we don't need to initialize our machine. And in such a case, we need to start from the very first input itself. So we don't require any start state. Now let me check these questions which have been asked over here. Simulation will be made for different sub questions. Yeah, correct. Because on the previous question, all simulations depends upon you whether you want to accept it or reject it. Take examples in such a fashion that you could show one being accepted and the other being rejected. It's entirely up to you. Sorry. It's just used to show whether your logic is correct or not. Okay. So let's get back to this question. As explained, we don't require any start state. So how should we proceed with this question? Any idea? We can either construct the table, whichever fashion you are comfortable with. You can construct the table and then draw the diagram, or you can draw the diagram and then come back to the table. I'm comfortable with the second one, that is drawing the diagram first. Let me show you. If this makes sense, then you can opt this, or otherwise you can stick to the traditional way of constructing the table first and then going with the diagram. Why I'm going with the diagram first, let me explain. Initially, I'm having this state Q0. Okay, initially I'm having the state Q0 because I'm not having any state QS. I'm not having any start state. So the simulation will begin with Q0 itself. Okay. So firstly, what you could do is you could construct what exactly is required from you or what exactly is being asked in the question. So we know that it is asking me to accept the strings starting with ABB. Okay, so what I can do is I can create something like this. Okay, I will accept first what exactly is required, draw the table, draw the diagram something like this. Now I know that if my string is starting with ABB, whatever be the inputs after that, I need to accept it. So I can say that this particular state Q3 is my final state or a trap state, right? So after this, we also know that if we are not having inputs starting with ABB, we have to reject those. So I can have a dead state over here, which I could call as QD. Okay, QD stands for Q dead state. So now this is an ideal situation where you have inputs A, B, B, and after that, whatever be the inputs, you have to accept that and trap them in the state Q3. So now it's really very simple. You simply need to fill up the diagram. How to fill up the diagram? As explained in the state Q0, if my string is starting with B, I will straight away reject this. This already I have mentioned. Okay, so if in Q0, if I get a B, I will simply send that input to the QD state. Similarly, over here in Q1, if I get an input A instead of AB, I will not move it further to Q2. I will simply send it to QD or dead state. Are the things clear? Kindly let me know. If I'm going fast, I can slow down. Okay, thank you so much. So basically, I am starting with the diagram first, and then based upon the diagram, I will construct the table. Similarly, according to the same logic, I require an ABB. But in case in state Q2 I receive an input A, the string becomes ABA. So I will simply reject it. I will send that input to the dead state. Okay, Vinay, let me explain it once again. I have simply created a diagram like this. First of all, write the ideal situations which you exactly want. For example, I had written Q0, Q1, Q2, and Q3. I want the machine to accept the strings A, B, B. So I have straight away drawn it like this. If the machine is starting with ABB, whatever be the inputs after it, I'm going to accept it and remain in the same state. That is what we call as a trap state, right? So I had drawn all these states linearly. Apart from these, I had also discussed that we need some kind of a dead state, which will be used for rejecting the strings. So in this case, if my string is starting with B, I know that it is straight away, I will simply reject it. So I will straight away jump from Q0 to QD after accepting a B, because we can't have a B as the first symbol. Why? Because we want all the strings to be starting with ABB. So the first symbol has to start with A, right? So if we encounter the first symbol as B, we straight away reject it. Similarly, in the state Q1, if I encounter an A, that is not desired, because I want the next symbol or second symbol to be a B. Hence, if I get the second symbol as A, again I will go to the dead state. Following the same logic, the third symbol should be a B. But in Q2 state, if I receive the third symbol as an A, again I will reject the particular string. So far we have done it like this. What else is remaining? Can anyone tell me? Is anything left? Is it a finite state machine yet? Is it complete? Is it incomplete? Kindly let me know. Q3 to D. Why from Q3 to D? Because Q3 is a dead state. All the inputs are being trapped over there. So we can't move out of Q3 state. QD doesn't have any inputs yet. So we need to add some transitions to QD also. You know the definition of a dead state. Once you enter a dead state or once you enter a trap state, you can't move out of it, right? So whatever, once you enter into QD, whatever be the inputs, you have to stay in QD only. Similarly, once you enter a trap state, you can't move out of it. The same logic goes with a dead state also. So we need to add these to the dead state as well. I hope I'm clear now. Kindly acknowledge and let me know. Okay, thank you so much. So it's basically very simple. Now what is the next step remaining? I'm going the other way around. I need to construct the table now. So you have to simply make some changes in your definition. Instead of step number 3 being the implementation, now you would write step number 3 as the transition diagram. Rest everything is same. You can make some changes. Those liberty is up to you, that you can take. That liberty you can take. Okay, you can change the order. It doesn't matter. Simply check the diagram and fill up the table. I'm filling it up from here. Now check the diagram. Q0 on input A goes to Q1, and kindly fill it up. It's up to you. If you are comfortable with constructing the table first and going back to the diagram, it's entirely up to you. I found it very simple to use this particular technique, going with the diagram first and then with the table. Based upon some questions, you need to make quick decisions whether you wish to stick back to the traditional method, or uh, you can improvise. Okay. So from Q0 on input 1, it goes to QD. Sorry, input B, it goes to QD. Same way, Q1 on input A goes to QD, Q1 on input B goes to Q2. Let me complete this up for you. It's QD and it is Q3. Similarly, Q3 is a trap state. So whatever be the input, it is going to remain in Q3 only. Okay, once you enter QD, it will remain in QD. So it's really simple. If you have drawn the diagram, you can simply copy it down and create the table. It becomes really simple. So simply highlight the trap state over here, that is QD. You don't need to do anything to show the dead state because it's understood. The final state itself is a trap state. You can wish, if you wish, you can write it over here on the right hand side, a trap state and a dead state. It actually leaves a better impression on the in which sorry examiner. He may end up giving you extra marks for it. Okay. So that's it. This is the question I wanted to explain you. This is a slightly different way which we have done so far. We've always started with the table and then the diagram and then the simulation. Simulation obviously will be the last step. Okay, so you can take two values. Let me give you a value and then you try to check whether your logic is correct or not. A B A B B. Okay. Second, A B B A A. Solve these two values and let me know whether your logic is correct or not. Okay, solve these two values. Take maximum 2 to 3 minutes because it's really very simple. You have this table in front of you. You have the diagram in front of you. Copy the diagram, copy the table, and let me know. It's really very easy. You can say that first one will get rejected, second one will be accepted, but again, you have to do it with the help of the logic. Sometimes the logic may fail. I'm warning you. Sometimes the logic may fail because we all know that this finite state machine is the very first machine of your syllabus, so it is not foolproof. It may have some drawbacks. While constructing the logic, you may have missed some values. So it's quite possible that your logic may be slightly incorrect. You need to tweak it around. So kindly check it and let me know whether you're getting rejected and accepted as your answers. If you get those, kindly use the message box and let me know. Okay. Take 2 to 3 minutes maximum and complete it. In the meantime, let me put in the attendance link and we'll solve the next problem after that. Correct. Once you move into the dead state, you can't move out of the dead state. That is the beauty of this dead state and trap state concept, right? By the way, why your attendance is going low day by day? I don't know. These concepts are really important, so kindly don't miss the lectures, otherwise you won't be able to cope up. Simply watching the videos won't help because sometimes in the live lecture you can simply ask questions that is not available in the recorded lectures, right? So kindly try and tell your friends to attend the lectures, don't miss them because I'm trying my best to make you understand. So kindly respect that. Okay. If it is going to get rejected, we will get into dead state in third step only. Correct. Because ABA moves the machine into a dead state and it's going to be rejected there then and there only. But you have to solve it entirely because you would want the machine to be left with only the null input. Okay. So basically it would be something like this. You are starting with Q0. Okay. Starting with Q0, Q0 on input A goes to Q1 and so on. So ultimately it is going to be rejected once it enters QD. Correct. Similarly, this will be accepted because once it enters Q3 after this step, it is going to be accepted only. Correct? So I hope you are done with this question. If you are finding any difficulties in solving this, kindly let me know. Okay? Then I could put on the next question in front of you. I've prepared a lot of questions, so let's see. The next question will be a tricky one. Let's try. Is it done? Can I move ahead? Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. So let's write down the next question, question number third for the day. Design a finite state machine in which the leftmost symbol, kindly pardon my handwriting is not that good, leftmost symbol differs Now try to solve it on your own. This might be a little tricky because we have this might be a little tricky because we have not done such problems. Wait a second. Hello, hello. Am I audible or is it still breaking? Still breaking. Kindly let me know. Breaking. Okay. Is it audible now? Kindly let me know if you are able to get the audio part. I guess there was a lack of audio. Now is it there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I guess there is some network issue from my side. Kindly take the question and let me explain you the logic. Then you can try on your own. And if not, we can complete this particular logic. Let me try. The very first thing is you have to accept uh, a symbol first. Okay, for example, if you are accepting a zero, then the last value or the last symbol should be a one. Similarly, if you're accepting a 1 first, then the last or the rightmost symbol should be a 0. Then only the string will be accepted. So how to proceed with it? Any idea? How to move on with it? How to go on with it? I've already told you that we are going to have two final states over here. If that part was, if you were able to hear me that time, I told you that we are going to have two final states. So kindly let me know how many states you think would be used to complete this diagram. Okay, so now I'm telling you that we are going to have two final states. One final state will accept this sort of a string. The other final state will accept this sort of a string. Okay, so now am I audible, right? Kindly let me know, otherwise everything will get lost once again. Okay, so we are going to have, we are not requiring any start state over here. We won't require any start state. We are simply going to start with the very first state Q0. Why we don't require a QS? Because we have to start with the very first symbol itself. We can't have an initialization state over here. So let me know. Okay, let me show you a quick hint. We are going to start with this state Q0. If I get an input 0, I will make a transition like this. If I get an input 1, that is, if my string is starting with 1, I will have a transition like this. So basically we are forking out. Basically it's like a fork. We are getting divided into two sections. One section will be accepting the strings starting with 0, and the other section will be accepting the strings starting with 1, and then we can have the final state over here. So it is something like this. The structure will be something like this. So now tell me how many states would be there. It will be something like this. So total we are going to have 5 states. Over here, we are starting with Q0. One path will be for accepting the string starting with 0 and ending with 1, and the other will be for accepting the string starting with 1 and ending with 0. So now try to complete this diagram, because the diagram is of utmost importance over here. If you are able to complete the diagram, then you would be able to solve this question further. Okay, so now try to complete this diagram and let me know if you are comfortable doing this. Just keep in mind the logic. The logic is like, you have to accept the strings which are having leftmost symbols different from the rightmost symbols. So you have to start with Q0, take the input as 0, then whatever be the input, accept it. Just make sure that it should end with a 1. Similarly, the path which is present below should be accepting the string starting with 1 and ending on a 0. So this is quite tricky, because otherwise this is a simple question, but you are doing it for the very first time, so it might be a little tricky. So try. So again, am I audible? And kindly let me know. Otherwise, if I may keep on feeling that I am not audible, I'm speaking from so on. Okay, thank you. So you're having just 10 minutes of time with you. Kindly try to fill it up. Kindly try to draw the diagram, and in between keep on asking questions so that I come to know whether my voice is audible or not. Okay, I may be asking questions in between as well. Okay, so let's start with this structure of this particular diagram. You're starting with Q0, not QS. You are habituated to that. Just keep in mind, whenever we have to take decisions from the very first state itself, we can't have QS. We need to have Q0. Okay, that is the main difference. So now over here, we are having Q0, Q1, Q2, similarly Q3 and Q4. You can name it whichever way you wish. I prefer it like this. So once you receive the first input as 0, you know that you have to go to the upper path. Same way, if you're having input as 1, you have to follow the lower path. Now, after accepting the first input as 0, what you should do, if you receive an input as 1, now pay attention properly over here. If you receive an input as 1, you know that this is also a valid symbol. This is also a valid string. Why? Because if the string itself is 0, 1, it is starting with 0 and ending with 1, right? So we can accept such a string, yes or no? It is the simplest string which follows my condition. Yes or no? Yes, correct. So we can highlight this state Q2 as my final state, as my first final state, right? Clear? Same way over here, if the string is 1 0, then also it is starting with 1 and ending with 0. Again, they are having different set of symbols, starting and ending, leftmost and rightmost. So again, this is a final state. So Q2 and Q4 are my final states for accepting the least sized strings. 1 0 and 0 1 are following my condition, so that also can be accepted. But what about the other set of strings? For example, you are having a string such as 0 0 1. Again, this is valid. It is having leftmost and rightmost values different. So what I can do is I can put a loop over here, something like this. Why? Because once after accepting a 0, how many number of zeros I can keep on accepting and remain in the state Q1. Once I have read all the values of 0, I can then accept the 1 and move to the final state. Is it clear? I'm going step by step. You might be having doubts in your mind. Let me move on step by step. It will make things clear. Okay. Similarly, over here, Q3 will be having a loop of 1. Okay. So such kind of strings can be accepted something like this. 001 will be solved using the upper loop, upper half, and 110 can be solved using the lower half. Okay. Similarly, if the string is something like this, 0011101, again this is valid, right? But we are not having any provision for accepting such a string over here. So what we can do is we can go on like this. First read this 0, move on to Q1 state, then read this 0, stay in Q1 state, then accept this one, go to Q2. But we are not having any provisions for accepting the next one. So what I can do is you can put a loop of 1 over here. Is it possible? Yes, because Q2 is my final state and I'm expecting the string should end with 1 only. So I can put a loop of 1 over here. So now we can accept this one. What about the 0? Where I should move now? Any idea? We have no states or no provisions for that. What I should do now? You can go back to Q1. Clear. Very well answered. So you can go back to Q1 if you encounter a 0 over here, and after that, if you encounter the 1 again, you can go back to Q2. So now I think it is clear. The same logic you can apply over here. You can apply a loop of 0 over here. You can go back with a 1 over here. So now the things are clear. Yeah, from Q4, if you encounter 1, you can go back to 3, and on Q4 you can loop for a 0. So now the inputs will be trapped. We can't call it as a trap state. Can we call it as a trap state? Can we call Q2 and Q4 as a trap state? Yes or no? No, because in case of a trap state, both the inputs are trapped. But in case of this sort of problem, Q2 is trapping only 1 and it is not trapping 0 input. Similarly, Q4 is trapping only 0 and it is not trapping the input 1. Hence, we can't call these kind of states as a trap state. Such is the problem. It's very simple. I guess you understood how to solve it, how to proceed further. Okay. If any doubts so far, if you are having any doubts with this, kindly let me know so that I can explain once again. Or next step is you simply need to draw the table, and that's it. Now you know how to construct the table. It's really simple. Let me complete it if you are having any doubts. It's really very simple. So I guess the problem is clear. This subject is really fun loving if you are well versed with mathematics. In fact, no maths have been used so far. You will see the usage of maths and applications of maths in the future sections. Basically, not even maths. It's all about graph theory or discrete mathematics, which you might have had in your previous semester or previous year. All about graph and graph theory, discrete mathematics and graph structure. That is all what is required. Pure maths is not even required for this subject. It's basically puzzle solving kind of a subject where you enjoy what you do. Okay, so complete this table. I'm not going into detail. Take a homework question. You have 2 days time. You have this weekend with you, so solve this homework. I'm giving it to you. Okay, this is quite tricky. Okay, Yash has some question. So what values does the Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 states hold? What values as in you want me to complete the table? Yash, kindly clarify your question. What values does Q0, Q1 hold? What do you mean hold? Okay. Basically, this is not all about the particular value which the states will hold. It's all about designing a machine in such a way that we can show the reaction of that state for a particular input. In this case, the logic which we had done so far will not apply over here. In the previous case, what we did is for accepting the numbers ending with A, AB, what we used to do is we simply used to represent a state with, for example, A, AB, and so on. But in this case, that won't be applied because we are not sure what is the next input, right? So depending upon the input, we have to simply show what is the reaction of a state. We basically would like to show the reaction of a state and not what the state holds. Okay. Is it fine now? Is my voice better? Just 2 minutes left. I just let me give you the homework question and then we can stop this lecture. Okay. So take down this question, write it down. The question is like this. Question number 4, I guess. Design an FSM to accept strings ending with, yeah, I will fill Q0. Just let me give you this question. Ending in either AB or BA. This is a question which you have to do in homework. It's it's very logical. You can think of it. Similar kind of an approach. It is ending in either AB or BA. Okay. Start drawing with the diagram first and then move on with the table. It will make things really clear for you. Okay. So now let me get back to this question asked by Jyoti. So first thing is on input 0, what exactly you want me to answer? No, this will not have QS. This won't have QS. The homework question also won't be having a QS because we will get to know why we are doing this. This entire lecture of today is all about those problems which will not be having the start state. Once you complete the diagram, you will come to know. Okay, at least try with this particular homework question. So now let me add this. Q0 will be all about, check the diagram, Q0 on input 0 will go to Q1. Similarly, Q0 on input 1 will go to Q3 and so on. Just complete the diagram. Why no start state? Okay, let me show you. Start state, even if you're having a start state in these questions, okay, let's not talk about the homework question first. Let's talk about this question first and then the things will be clear, Pratik. Why we are not having the start state. In this case, why we are not having the start state is very simple. The logic is all about the strings which are starting with one symbol and ending with one symbol, right? So we have to make decisions starting with the very first state itself. If you're having a start state, okay, if you wish to add a start state, what could happen is you have to add it something like this, and it will simply add upon the problem. It will simply add inefficiency to the problem because what you will do is for 0 as well as 1, you will have to move to a Q0 state. That will simply add a state which will not have any meaning at all. That is why in such questions we are not opting for a start state. But in this case, the homework question over here, kindly have a look. You can opt for a start state, but then tell me whether it is having any effect or not. Okay, kindly use your chat section and let me know whether you understood this or not. In the previous questions, it is very clear that we can't have a start state, but once you try this question, that is ending in either AB or BA, you will come to know. If you remember in our previous lectures also, I had told you once that I am going to show you how to merge the start state and the Q0 state. You remember that? I had told you in one of the lectures, I guess in the previous lecture only, I had told you that we can merge the initial states and the start and the Q0 state. Okay, so that is what can be applied over here. Let me give you an example for over here. The very first question which we did today. I'm going beyond time, but let me explain it to you. Okay, this is the very first question we did today. Can we merge these two states, QS and Q0? Let me show you. There is a condition with the help of which we can merge any two states. Let me show you. Just check the transition. QS on input A is having a transition Q2. QS on input B is having a transition Q1. Same way, over here, Q0 is also having the same set of transitions. So the very first condition to merge any two states is the transitions have to be same. Over here, QS and Q0 are having the same transition, so we can merge them. One more condition is that we have to make sure that those states are either both final states or non-final states. In this case, what is our final state? It is EO. This Q1 is the final state if I am not wrong. Sorry. So we can merge any two states which are having the same set of transitions, and they should be either both final states or non-final states. In this case, QS and Q0 are satisfying my first condition that both the transitions are same, and the second condition is that both are non-final states. Hence, we can merge them together. Clear? This is what you can apply over here. So we can say that after merging, it becomes a state Q0. So instead of writing it twice, we can write it only once. Clear? So basically what we are doing, we are merging the states and increasing the efficiency of the machine. So same thing I have shown over here in this particular example, example number 5, which is your homework question. So if you try to solve it without merging, you will be having one extra state. After merging it, you can combine it into Q0. So that is why I'm saying this sort of questions can be done with the help of no initial state. Getting it? I hope I was able to I was able to distinguish why we are not using the initial state or start state in this question. Explain the first question again. Explain as in, you want me to explain why we are merging it or how we are merging it? Jyoti, kindly let me know. Yeah, whenever QS is equal to Q0, there is no need of a start state. We ideally start the problem with the start state, and we check whether the transitions are same. If the transitions are same and both are either final states or non-final states, then we can merge them together into Q0. Because at the end of the day, we need a machine which is efficient. In this case, we are having 5 states, so we came to know that this can be merged, so we can merge it into a single state Q0. But whenever we do such problems, it's up to you whether you merge it or not. No marks are being deducted whether you are going for a merged state or an unmerged state. Clear? So marks आपके नहीं कटेंगे if you are well versed with a initial state. If you are comfortable with an initial state, you can do so. Only for FSM I'm talking. Huh? In the next chapters, there will be a need to merge those states, but I will explain it once I start with those chapters. So yeah,
एक्सक्यूज मी सर,
yeah.
मैं के लिए नहीं थी. आप मुझे एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हो? मैं भूल गई थी आपका लेक्चर है अभी, तो मैं
Okay, okay. This particular question you want me to explain?
Yes, the whole question.
Okay, this question is all about accepting the inputs if it contains even number of A's and odd number of B's. Okay, so even number of A and odd number of B means let's have a look at this state transition. For example, I have mentioned it like this. इसको ऐसे मेंशन किया है मैंने, even A even B का एक state, then even A odd B का state, then odd A even B and odd A odd B. Okay, you can have any order you wish. आपके ऊपर है. You can change the order as you wish. So basically what is happening in the very first state on QS, I'm not having any single character, right? So if I receive an A, initially it was 0 A's, so now it becomes 1A. 1 is an odd number, so it is nothing but odd A and even B. Why even B? Because we are having 0 number of B's. So it will go to a state which is corresponding to OE. OE is nothing but Q2, so I have written Q2 over here. Got the logic? Same fashion we have to apply over here. हर एक स्टेट में वही अप्लाई होगा. Let me take this example, just one single example. Q1. Q1 is already having EO, that is, it is having even A's and odd B's. So if I encounter a A, this changes from even A to odd A. So it becomes odd odd. Odd odd is nothing but a state Q3. Hence it moves to state Q3. So hence the question is all about even number of A and odd number of B's. So this is even A and odd B. So this is my final state Q1. I wish why Q2 will be my final state. Yeah, Q1, correct. So got it, everyone. So this is all about today's lecture. If you're having any more doubts, you can ask in Google Classroom after this lecture if you wish. Take down this homework question, try to solve it on your own. Let me tell you that this particular question will be having 5 states. So to simplify your process, excluding the initial state, I have not taken QS state. So you will be having Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4. So thank you so much. Fill up the attendance.